And we are underway in the second half. Drake with the possession of the basketball to begin things. Maggie Bear, who played only 5+ minutes in the first half because of fouls, back in. And the fact that Allison Pullman was able to sit her out and the Bulldogs maintain the lead could be a key factor down the stretch.
Iowa going to continue to stay in that man-to-man defense.
Dinnebeer continues to penetrate and score. She is 6 for 6, has 13 points, and that lane has been open for her tonight.
And they were very patient on that offensive set. They took their time, and then Dinnebeer able to get around the defense for the easy layup.
Drake's biggest lead has been 9. Bear with the defense, Czinano with the miss.
And that's what they were missing when Bear was out of the lineup. Is that defense, those long arms, gets the block on Czinano. Just a little too tall with that pass, working the high-low game.
Bear tells Berg, my fault. She tapped herself and said, that was on me. That pass had way too much air under it.
Yeah, and they had it as Berg had the defender pinned.
Lob comes inside to Czinano, and she's able to score against Bear.
You have to believe that Iowa's going to go right back after Bear, see if they can get a quick third foul on her.
Gildner knocked down a pair of threes in the first half, gives it up for Berg. Meyer works against Marshall. And inside, there's contact.
Berg doing a great job of backing down Warnock. Had the whole middle of the lane calling for the basketball. High-low look. Able to draw the foul on Warnock.
Warnock, one of the, as you mentioned, more the quiet heroes of this Hawkeye team. Got a 3-point basket in the first quarter and has not scored since, as Berg steps to the line and knocks down her 9th point. First team all-conference last year, all-conference preseason this year, is the senior from Indianola who knocks down both free throws, and the Bulldogs lead by 6. Martin lobs inside Czinano, and there's an offensive foul called against Czinano, I believe. And once again, Lisa Bluter is angry. No, they're going to call it travel, not a foul. They call it travel on Czinano. Lisa Bluter's hot on the Hawkeye bench.
Well, and she wanted a flop call, and Bear stood right there as Czinano lowered the shoulder, took the contact, but Czinano shuffled the feet.
Lob inside, Dinnebeer. From outside, it's Gildner looking for a third three, in and out. Bear with an offensive rebound. And they're going to call it a block, and the alternating possession is going to give it to Iowa.
Well, Gildner had another great look at it, just rimmed around and popped out. A lot of players going after this rebound. Warnock on the backside. Gets on top of it, gets the jump ball.
One thing Allison Pullman asked of her squad, no hesitation on the shots. If you've got it, take it. And I get the feeling there is no hesitation.
Well, I think if you're feeling pretty good about the way the offense is moving, and they are running that motion offense very well, if you have the open look, do not hesitate. Just let it fly.
Warnock against Berg. Clark guarded by Dinnebeer. What a matchup that has been. Dinnebeer takes her inside, changes hands with the basketball, and misses the shot. Bear's there to clear the rebound. Dinnebeer, hesitation dribble, tries to get around Clark, and Clark is able to pick it up. Hawkeyes have a 3-on-2. Clark in the middle, has it blocked by Gildner. Berg fires inside to Bear, who ran the court well for an open shot, but she couldn't finish it.
Just could not get those shoulders turned, just needed to catch, come down, take her time.
Czinano inside, and Bear draws her third foul, and it's a chance at another and one for Monica Czinano.
You can just tell that the level is rising, the intensity level is rising, and Bear and Czinano have gone after one another the entire third quarter, and Czinano, a little momentum behind her, goes right at Bear. And Bear picks up the contact and the foul.
Czinano moved over the 1,800 point mark in her career. She only needed 4. She surpassed that a long time ago, as she now has 23 points. Miller looks inside, draws Czinano out. Meyer tries to race around Marshall. Cuts underneath her, can't finish it. And grabbing the rebound is Meyer, but she stepped out of bounds with it, and so the ball goes back to Iowa.
you know, with Miller in the lineup, and Bear does this too for the Bulldogs. When she's in and she's at the top of the key, that brings Czinano out, and they're going to have to come out and defend that. That opens up the middle, and the Bulldogs are going to have to look for cutters into the middle of the paint.
$7:14 to go in the third quarter. Drake's biggest lead has been 9. That was midway in the second quarter. Iowa's only lead was 2 points at 9:38 in the first quarter. Clear out for Clark. The Bulldogs really defend her. Miller doing a good job coming out to help defensively. Again, they're butting the ball in Clark's hands, and Dinnebeer doing a good job denying her from going inside. Shot clock is down to 7. Davis has come in for Iowa. Here's the three-point try. Nothing but net for Gabby Marshall to tie the score at 49.
Gabby Marshall has struggled a little bit this season shooting it from beyond the arc, and she knocked that one down. And you're going to maybe see her reaction as they skip the ball over the top of the defense. And she looks and palms to the sky going, finally, I knocked one down.
But she had missed her first 8 threes, 2 of them this afternoon, and she is a 41% three-point shooter on her career, so you knew it was just a matter of time. Here's Dinnebeer. They get the ball to her on the baseline, and somehow, off balance or whatever, she's putting it in and hasn't missed a shot. 7 for 7.
Now moving on that curl cut down the lane, again gets the contact, and I think she welcomes that as she goes up, able to kiss it off the glass.
Spent a lot of time on the court, but it hasn't bothered her. I mean, on the court laying down, getting knocked down. Here's Marshall for 3, and she answers with back-to-back threes after missing her first 8 3 attempts this season.
And that's what you have to be afraid of if you're the Bulldogs. When she starts knocking them down, she gets hot. You have to get out and defend now. She's knocked down 2 of them.
Hawkeyes back in front at 52-51. McCauley, baseline to Miller, who turns it over, and the ball goes back to Iowa. And again, Czinano at 6'3", leaning on her, and that's not an easy matchup for her to try to catch and move.
The ball fake got the defense to move a little bit. That left Marshall wide open. You can see Berg going with the fake, and Marshall then squares it up and knocks it down.
Dinnebeer meets Clark at the midcourt line. Czinano outside. Here's Warnock for 3. And suddenly it's 3 threes in a row for Iowa. And they've come from 6 back to 4 up at 55-51. And Allison Pullman will need a timeout with 5 minutes and 53 seconds to go in the third quarter. The Hawkeyes, who led for less than a minute in the first half, have now taken their biggest lead in the game on 3 consecutive threes and lead 55-51.
Took that timeout. Needs to stop the flow of the game and stop the momentum of the Hawkeyes. Now coming out of this timeout, see if the Bulldogs can get a big bucket, a much needed bucket.
Becker and McCauley inserted for the Bulldogs at the timeout. Gray missing the shot. Rebound run down by Molly Davis, the senior transfer from Central Michigan, and that ball going off the foot of Becker. 5:15 to go in the third. Iowa, as we mentioned before, has won 18 of the last 19 matchups in this series. But here in the Knapp Center, a different story. 5 of the last 6 games determined by single digits. Czinano with a miss, and Becker gets her 4th rebound.
Boy, and credit Tayden Gray for just going straight up, hands straight up, not trying to dip, not trying to block the shot, and Czinano overshot it.
Davis gets the turnover against Meyer, and for the Bulldogs, that's their 14th turnover, while Iowa has half that, 7. The Hawkeyes try to continue their run. Czinano at the high post. Marshall has been hot with a 3-point shot in this quarter, but she's not able to get there. Clark misfires from 3. Czinano tries to grab the rebound. There is contact underneath, and a foul is going to be called against Drake.
I believe that's going to be on Gray.
And Gray with her 3rd foul. Czinano has picked up about 7 fouls on Drake thus far. 55-51 Iowa with 4:45 to go in the third. Drake turnovers, while the Bulldogs just 6 points on 7 Hawkeye turnovers. Marshall on the left wing where she's been hot. The Bulldogs will come out and play zone. Clark looks inside for Warnock, who cuts. They can't get it to her. Now with 5 seconds on the shot clock, Shot misses by Marshall, and Miller has the rebound.
Scrap after the loose ball. Davis came in, tried to pick the pocket of Dinnebeer, and they hustle after it. Those are the ones, those 50-50 balls that you stay after and win. Those are going to help you win the ball game.
Team fouls even at 2 here in the third quarter. Dinnebeer being watched by Marshall, as Clark now has the defensive assignment against McCauley. Czinano comes out against Miller. The ball thrown away by Drake. The Bulldogs' 14th turnover, and the Hawkeyes charge up the floor, trying to extend their 4-point lead. Czinano inside. Miller provides the defense. Czinano does not get the shot. Dinnebeer the other way with a skip pass to Meyer. Takes a dribble, takes a shot, hits the basket.
What great court vision to make that cross-court pass, and then Meyer with the patience, give the ball fake, make the defense fly by, and knock down a big three.
She showed great patience and poise. Here's Clark feeding Czinano. Czinano trying to work against both Berg and Miller, misses the shot. Hawkeyes offensive rebound, Warnock for 3. McKenna Warnock, 3 threes in the ball game, 2 here in the quarter.
She had 15 points against Evansville the other night, 6 of 7 shooting overall.
And the Hawkeyes get called for a foul. McKenna Warnock gets her second foul.
Good patience by Meyer as she's able to let the defense go by, put the ball on the floor, square it up. And then Warnock, who's heating up for the Hawkeyes, knocks down a 3 with the answer.
Meyer tries to answer with a 3, but first of all, there's a foul called. Meyer pushed off to get open. Nope, was not Meyer, it was inside.
It was on Miller, set the illegal screen to get Meyer open.
That'll be her first foul, and the team fouls are now even at 3. Remember, in women's basketball, at 5 1/4, that's when the bonus clicks into effect. Caitlin Clark bringing the ball up the court. Shot 16 times, made 6 of them thus far. And that time Davis trying to find a cutting Marshall. The pass behind her, the miscommunication by Iowa, results in the turnover, and that will be their 8th.
It split 2 players. O'Grady was down there posting up, and Marshall came flying by on the baseline. Couldn't connect with either one of them.
Meyer trying to beat Marshall, leaves it for Gildner, looking for 3, got it. Her third 3.
What great rotation. Meyer takes it inside, waits for the defense to follow her, and finds Gildner open for the 3.
Miller with a block on Clark. Rebound by O'Grady. Clark for 3. Having a tough shooting afternoon thus far. And the rebound taken by Gildner. Bulldogs motor up the court. Berg looks for 3. That would have brought the roof down had that one gone down, because that would have given Drake the lead. Now McCauley tries to do the same and cannot. And the rebound goes out of bounds against Drake.
You know, after the rebound by Miller, I think the Bulldogs maybe could have reset, settled down. Yeah, you want the big 3, you want the crowd getting into it, but you've got to make the most of every possession. Good job of taking the defense with her and then repositioning as Gildner steps out beyond the 3-point line.
McKenna Warnock back onto the court for Iowa, taking the place of Addison O'Grady. Little over 2 left to play in the quarter. Feed comes inside to Stuelke. She drives, and she is blocked by Miller. Gets her own rebound, puts it up, and now she has a chance at an and 1.
Anna Miller has been so tough in the middle for the Bulldogs defensively. Had several blocks here in the second half. Gets one here, but Stuelke stays right with it and gets the putback.
And that foul going against Grace Berget. It's her second. And Stuelke trying to complete the 3-point play and can't. She gets an offensive rebound, misses, and McCauley's there for the rebound. Inside 2 minutes in the third quarter. Hawkeyes by 3. Miller looks inside. Marshall falls down. The shot won't go. Berg battles the rebound with Warnock, and Berg has it go out of bounds off her. Bulldogs have Becker and Dinnebeer back into the lineup. McCauley and Meyer will exit.
Bulldogs rotating a lot of players in, trying to keep fresh legs in there, trying to keep the tempo up and push and keep that running game going.
Warnock misfiring from 3. Stolke tries to keep it alive. Marshall tries to keep it alive. Gildner tries to keep it alive. And it was last touched by Stolke, or by Marshall, one of those two. Anyway, it's Bulldog basketball. Katie Dinnebeer, 7 for 7 thus far, with 15 points, 2 assists, just 1 turnover, and she has a steal.
Boy, they missed Anna Miller on the inside.
Pass deflected. Berg tries to get it, but Davis is able to come up with it. Now Dinnebeer tries to get it back, but Stolke comes up with it. An open look for Marshall for 3. Miller grabs the rebound. Stolke tries to tie her up, and she does. And the possession arrow points the Bulldog direction. Allison Pullman wanted a foul on Stolke.
Well, I have to say they're letting them play here in this third quarter. And
they are.
You know what? These players are adjusting to it. You can see the battle on the inside. Anna Miller gets popped right there in the nose. That's the second time she's got a little contact right in the face area. Just playing basketball, getting in there and sticking your nose right in the middle of it.
Well, think of the pace of this game. There have been 14 fouls called, 9 against Drake, 5 against Iowa. Yes, they are letting them play. Here's Gildner trying to get some space to shoot a 3, but Davis is right with her. Shot clock's at 12. Off the ball. Nicole Brennan, the official, spots a foul. Stolke with the foul. Her first, that's the 4th team foul against Iowa. So both teams now with 4, but just 41 seconds to go in the third quarter. Gildner looks to trigger. Way out front it comes to Miller. Berg works against Warnock. Pass goes inside. Dinnebeer puts it up and in again. She's perfect in 8 tries. Dinnebeer 8 for 8. And the Bulldogs pull back to within 1 of Iowa. And Iowa will play for the last shot in the third quarter.
What a great job by Dinnebeer, posting up Gabby Marshall, 2 of the smallest players on the floor, doing battle in the paint.
Caitlin Clark held scoreless in the third quarter by Iowa after 18 in the first half. Here's Czinano inside to score. She has not been held scoreless. She has 7 in the quarter, and it's a 3-point Iowa lead as we go to the 4th in this thrilling intrastate matchup, the 54th meeting between the Bulldogs and the Hawkeyes. And again, when Iowa has needed a basket, they've gone inside to number 25, and she has responded. First, Dinnebeer has been amazing inside for the Bulldogs, has not missed a shot. Now Czinano at the other end pulls the Hawkeyes with a lead of 3 as we go to the 4th, 62-59 Iowa.